Okay, we are talking causes of fibroid and how nutrition can help to prevent them. Causes of fibroid and how nutrition can help to prevent them. You're welcome. You're welcome to this live section. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome to this live section. If you can hear me and you can see me, please drop a comment. Drop a comment below. Say, I can see you. I can hear you. Let me know who is seeing me, who can hear me. If you can hear me and you can see me, please let me know. If you can hear me and you can see me, let me know in the comments below. Okay, if you can hear me and you can see me, let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so we are talking about the causes of fibroids and how nutrition can help to prevent these fibroids. That's what we are talking about, how nutrition can help to prevent these fibroids. Sorry. Please, if you can hear me and you can see me, let me know in the comment section. Just say, I can hear you and I can see you. Just comment, I can hear you, I can see you. Comment, I can hear you, I can see you in the comments below. Okay. If you're watching my live for the first time, my name is Mary. I'm a nutrition expert, and on this channel, I help you to on this channel we talk about nutrition, and I simplify nutrition for you in the simplest form that is possible. So that is it. So today we are talking on causes of fibers and how nutrition can help to prevent them. So that's what we're talking about. Okay, so ladies, if you can hear me and you can see me, please let me know, 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 let me know. Drop a comment, drop a comment, drop a comment, drop something in the comment section, drop something in the comment section. Okay, so do you know that what's it called? Do you know that what you eat can be feeding your fibroids? What you eat can actually be feeding your fibroids. So it can actually feed your fibroids or can actually reduce your fibroids. So, and it's been shown that over 70% of women at some point in their life will develop fibroids. So the only thing is that what we eat and drink can actually control the impact of these fibroids in our life. So that means that seems say that your nutrition can actually control what happens to your health. So today we want to talk about that aspect of nutrition that can actually help you to manage these fibroids properly, that can actually help you to to reduce the fibroids, to shrink it to the smallest, to shrink it as much as possible. So that's what we want to talk about today. So please let me know, drop a comment, drop a comment, drop a comment, drop a comment section, drop a comment in the comment section below. Okay, drop a comment, let me know how many people is actually watching. Come to the live section. Come to the live section. Okay, you are welcome. All right, so we have, okay, this is 360 something people like right now. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's just get down. At least it's a good number to start with. Let's get down. So okay, I said before that what we eat or drink can have a lot of impact on the fibroids, can actually reduce the fibroids or make the fibroids to grow bigger. Now, one thing is that fibroids on its own is not cancerous growth that grows in the uterus, but why the cause of the fibroid is unknown. Hi, Akim Mishola, thank you for joining me. Thank you. So why the growth of fibroids is unknown. And hey, thank you everybody, we have over 500 people here right now. So why the cause of this fibroid is unknown, research has made us to understand that hormonal imbalance can be the cause of fibroid growth. Excess estrogen can be the cause of fibroid growth. As a matter of fact, I will say that excess estrogen is actually the driving cause of fibroids. That's what actually drives fibroid. That's like the driver of fibroid. So that's like the fuel. That's what's actually fuel fibroids, and we're going to get deeper into it, into what excess estrogen is, right? Before in the next few minutes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. This is so much, so good. This is 700 and something people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so hormonal imbalance can be the cause of your fibroids growing. Excess estrogen can also be the cause of fibroids growing. Your genetics can also cause it, and inflammation. This high level of inflammation can also be the reason why your fibroids just keep growing. Please, if you're watching me, please like the video, drop a comment so that others can also see it as well. All right, so your excess estrogen can also be the cause. Now, when I say excess estrogen, now I'm talking about a particular hormones in our body that actually contribute to this fibrous growing. Now, what exactly is excess estrogen in the body? Now, excess estrogen on its own, fibroids thrive in the body where there is excess estrogen. Now, this estrogen is what usually develop. Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you. It's actually what actually, grow around makes the fibroids to grow. It actually what makes the fibers to grow. Food like white bread, sugary drinks, packaged snacks, they causes hormonal imbalances, and they make the estrogen to grow in certain ways. Now, it makes it to grow in different ways. I'm going to mention number one. It makes it to grow by spiking up your insulin. Akim Ishola, thank you for joining in. By spiking up your insulin. So when you eat too much of sugar, your insulin level tend to rise, and this triggers estrogen production, which fuels the fibers to grow on its own accord too. So, and another thing that to do that spikes estrogen is processed meat and dairy that contains added hormones. Now, fast food, dairy. Now, how dairy help make your hormones to make your estrogen levels to grow is that for normal dairy, now conventional dairies like cheese, conventional milk, cheese, yogurt, and all that, they contain hormone. They contribute to hormonal imbalance by fueling fibrous growth in the body. Now, this is how they fuel fiber growth. Most commercial dairy comes from pregnant cow, right? Now, those cows produce high level of estrogen and progesterone, which end up in their milk. Now, what happened is that because the people in charge of this cow, they want the cow to produce much more milk, so they inject the cow with growth hormones. Now, this growth hormone actually is the one that actually makes the breast milk of the cow to increase dramatically. Hey, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. It makes the breast milk of the cow to increase drastically in such a way that there is so much milk to be produced, and there's so much profit, to also make at the same time. So, and there's so much more to make. So when you that is a human, now take this milk, it contributes to overstimulating of the estrogen, overstimulating of estrogen that actually fuel the fibroid, that makes the fibroid to grow. And this can actually worsen your PMS, worsen the heavy periods and the bloating. There are different ways that this actually contributes to it. Now, the growth hormones is added to boost the milk production for the cow. Now, it's not an issue, but when it gets into the human's body, it's now begins to, because it's called a growth hormone for a reason. It's called growth hormone for a reason. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. It's called growth hormone for a reason. And when it is being injected into the cow, it's helped the cow to actually produce. It increases the estrogen for the cow. Now, when you human now take it starts, increasing the estrogen, and making the estrogen is one that now fuel the fibroid and make it to grow, because the increase of insulin actually is the one that is linked to estrogen. So now at the same time, dairy can also trigger, inflammation. So there is so many things that dairy products can cause, especially when you know that you have history with fibroids. You need to actually avoid these things. Now I'm going to get into details of the kind of food you should take, the kind of the way you should actually take this food. I'm going to just, please just stick around. We have over 1,000 people here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here right now. Thank you. Okay, so we have for dairy can actually trigger inflammation. So many people, you can see that many people usually have usually lactose intolerance, because in the African and the Asian population, many people find it difficult to actually digest dairy on their own because of the high level of inflammation, and because it causes gut inflammation, which actually worsen the fibroids. It increases the mucus production, which affect digestion and immunity for the person, and cause chronic bloating and discomfort. So if you notice that you're always bloated when you take milk, you have issues even going to the toilet, using the restroom, and your gut health is getting worse, you need to have a rethink on about dairy. If you're actually worried about, so what else are we now going to be taking, I'm going to mention that. So the reason why that dairy, why I'm mentioning dairy, is because the chronic inflammation it causes around the environment of the body is actually what makes the fibroids to grow bigger and grow larger, at the same time make it more painful. Thank you so much for the likes. It makes it grow more painful and grow larger. So when you see people complain, the fibroids has grown, it's not that the fibroid just grow one day. It's because of the subsequent and the inflation of the things they take on a regular basis that actually impacts what happens to the fibroids. Because like I said at the beginning of the video, that research have shown that over 70% of women in their lifetime we have fibroids. Now every woman at some point have fibroids, but the only thing that differentiates the other person that know that fibroid is grown, that fibroid is disturbing, and that fibroid is actually painful and all that. The difference is that the other person is feeding the fibroids, making the fibroids grow, and the other person is actually feeding the fibroids, making the fibroids decrease, shrinking the fibroids. So it is two things. The food is actually shrinking the fibroid, or the food is actually making the fibroid to grow larger. So if you're worried about, okay, what can you swap with your dairy milk? Okay, if I can't take dairy milk, what will I now be taking? You can swap with plant-based milk, alternative like almond milk, coconut milk, flaxseed milk. This is something you can swap with, and you will not be missing out on your calcium if you're actually adding leafy greens to your dailies, and sesame seed, sardines and all this food. If you're adding them to your regulars, you will not be missing out on your calcium, on your regular calcium. Sorry, that was network, so I just had to go and come back again. Okay, so another thing this inflammation does to our body is that, food that actually contains too much of this fat and trans fat, like the French fries, pastries, and all that, margarines, they cause inflammation and makes your fibers to grow bigger and bigger. So you might really want to look into, okay, what exactly am I eating that is making these fibers to grow? So like I said, the difference between the other person that has fibroids, that the fibroid is so obvious and disturbing, and the other person that has fibroid and the fibroid is insignificant, is actually what they eat, because what they actually eat has an impact in what happens to the fibroids. Like I always say on this my channel, that your health actually starts from your mouth. If at any single point in time you feel like, when you take this particular food, when you take healthy food, is disturbing or it doesn't seem pleasant, then there's an issue, because this healthy food has to be pleasant in your mouth, has to be pleasant, because if it's not pleasant, you'll be causing more damage to your health, because you are not eating what you should eat. So that is it with with the estrogen. That's it with the estrogen. So I'll be talking about the inflammation now. Now, fat actually on its own also triggers inflammation. Like I said before, the network went off a bit. So food like fried foods, too much of vegetable oils, they are loaded with trans fats, and when you take too much of fries, for example, like French fries and all that, pastries, margarine, these things causes fibroids to grow because it's causes inflammation in the body. And immediately you know that there's an history of fibroids. Thank you everyone joining me. Please don't forget to like the video and drop a comment so the video can go fast, to more people and get inspired to more people. Thank you for 1,003 people. Yeah, 1,304. Thank you. So fat actually also causes inflammation and makes the fibers to grow. Now, this particular topic is influenced by someone, and she was particular about the father. Oh, can I talk about this topic during this 30 days? And I say, oh, no problem. I picked this topic and said I was going to, because as a matter of fact, this topic is something that a lot of people want to actually, know what is causing this thing and what they can actually do, in order to actually get out of this, get from this point A to point B when it comes to this fibroid stuff. So, and I'm promising that in this section today, please just make sure you are with your pen and you're writing as much as you can. Okay, so I was talking I was actually talking about fat and the effects of the inflammation it causes on the fibroid health. So that's what I was talking about. So I let me digress a bit and talk about the hormonal imbalances and the excess estrogen. So, okay, somebody comments that I already talked about the excess estrogen. Okay, so I talked about the excess estrogen before. So, talking about the hormonal imbalancing. Now, hormonal imbalance is one thing that some people usually think it's just about missing a period. Now, hormonal imbalance can be in different category. It can be in maybe too much of prolactin, less of a prolactin, excess estrogen, low estrogen. Now, when your estrogen is too low, it's a problem. When it is too high, it's a problem. It has to just be normal. Like the word of God I say in the book of Revelation, neither hot nor cold. You can't just be either way. For estrogen, it is the same thing. So estrogen has to be balanced. So if your estrogen, because now estrogen on its own is estrogen is like the factory house of the hormones. It's like the factory house of the hormones, like where all the hormones is being made. So if your estrogen have an issue, many of your hormones actually automatically is going to have an issue, which is going to cause an inflammation in the body, making the fibroids in your body to actually grow. Okay, so that can also cause it. Okay, somebody's asking. Okay, fibroids is actually not spiritual. It is physical, though to an extent, some people usually say it is spiritual, but physically, medically, fibroid is something that you can see, you can scan. Or he's saying that when some people will even go to scan and won't see fibroids. That what do we say about that? That is totally a different thing. I believe this person is a man. That's totally different stuff. Maybe that's a spiritual stuff, but I'm talking medical aspect now, and I'm talking now on this medical aspect with nutrition being support on how to actually shrink this fibroid, how nutrition can help you shrink this fibroid instead of making it grow more, because we can actually eat to actually make our health, or eat to cause our health damage. So it is two different things. It is the choice we make that matters when it comes to our health. Thank you everyone that is joining. Thank you so much. So I was going to talk about the okay I okay 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 yeah, I've talked about the hormones already, the growth hormone from the cow. I've talked about it. So I've talked about how it actually increase the estrogen activity that makes it to work too fast. So makes your estrogen hormone so high that actually cause the negative impact on the fibroid. Actually, I talk about how it causes inflammation. I talk about how it makes your fibers to grow and actually contribute to cyst growth in the body. Cyst, cysts, cyst, contribute to cyst growth. Okay, somebody already typed that cyst, also contributes to that as well. Okay, it also contribute to that as well. So let me check where I stopped before I start saying. So if you have any question, please just drop it. So I don't have to be going around. So I will just check through the question and answer when I'm done. So I did talk on the inflammation. I've mentioned the inflammation just about some minutes ago. I've mentioned inflammation. Okay, so I think, okay, so now I'm going to be talking about the type of food actually, the food you can take to actually, decrease this fibers, what you can actually start taking, how the nutrition you should start taking to actually reduce these fibers. Thank you everyone that is trying to actually reduce this fiber. Number one is fiber rich food. Fiber rich food helps to remove excess estrogen. Now, the food we eat is so powerful that a lot of things happen when we eat food that we eat. Now, fiber on its own, people just think fiber ends with what is it called? There's this example I want to make. People think fiber ends with, okay, let's for example beans. Fiber doesn't end with beans. Now, fiber-rich food helps to reduce, to remove excess estrogen in the body. So now, what fiber-rich food does is it binds to the excess estrogen and flush it out through the digestive system, which is why it is very important to take fiber-rich food. Now, what are the fiber-rich food? Because there are different type of fiber-rich food. Now, under this type of fiber-rich food that help to, remove excess estrogen, I'll be talking about different of them now. Vegetables, which is non-starchy and cruciferous vegetable. Now we have the broccoli, cauliflowers, cabbage, kale, spinach. Please, if you're writing down, you can write down. Collard green, asparagus, carrots, bell peppers, beetroot, cucumber, and celeries. Cucumber and celeries. So this is something you really want to look into. And if you're in Nigeria and you're like, okay, which which type of fiber rich food can I take? At least to an extent, if you go to the market, you can still get some of these vegetables, and you can include them in your diet. Okay, just listen to them, and like carrots, like the beetroots, the bell peppers, the cucumber, flaxseed, celery, even zobo leaves, okra, green beans. These are fiber rich food, and they help to balance hormone in their own quantity. Like bell peppers that I say, I know that they are high in vitamin C for hormonal balancing. The carrots, is rich in beta carotene for hormonal balance as well. Your beetroot is, it helps to boost blood flow, and it help in detox. The cucumbers help with hydrating and support your liver detox. Now, I'm still going to talk about this liver detoxification when it comes to fibrous health. And okra also, it helps to support your digestion and reduces your inflammation in your body, reducing inflammation in your body. Okay, so this is something all this food, you really need to pay attention to them. You really need to pay attention to this food, okay, so that you are not missing out on all this food. Now, for all these cruciferous vegetables you can also find in Nigeria, that can help you to with liver detox and the estrogen balance. Now, when I was saying, I say estrogen is like the driver in charge of the fibroids. If you can balance your estrogen, if you can balance it not too low, not too high, if you can just be balanced, you will see that the fibroid on its own will start reducing, because the food you eat will keep binding, especially the fiber rich food. It will be binding out the excess estrogen and taking them out through your digestive system and flushing them out. So there will not be room for excess estrogen in your body that a fibroid can feed on and make it to grow. Okay, like cabbage, that one is easily available. So there is actually no excuse. If you can't get cauliflower, you can always get cabbage. Excuse me. Green garden eggs is always available. It's rich in fiber. This one can replace broccoli for you sef. So this is something you can look into. For this green, these greens, like African spinach, our own spinach. If you can still get the other spinach, that's still fine. Ugu, is great substitute for all these kale and collard greens. I have to mention this other vegetable for those not, in Nigeria, or for those that can actually access this vegetable. That's why I mentioned the previous vegetables as well. Bitter leaf, it is a powerful detoxifier that supports the liver health. You need to also add this one to your diet. Water leaf, you need to add it because it's able to boost your blood circulation and inflammation control. Thank you everybody that is joining. It's able to boost your blood circulation and control inflammation in your body. Saint leaf, so saint leaf, your Bible call it ephedrine. Saint leaf, this one is rich in antioxidant and reduces inflammation. So imagine adding all this food into your diet just on their own. You just be noticing that your food, your health is getting balanced by the day. Now, nutrition is not something you take one day, then you now stop and it will just work magically. No, nutrition is consistency. Nutrition is consistent. It is what you do regularly. I make an example the other day. I think that was last week. Thank you everyone that is joining. I make an example. I think that was last week about what is it called? Those that are consistent with their food. And someone said that, oh, she did this for a while, then she actually didn't see the result after 2 weeks, so she stopped. Now, when it comes to nutrition is consistency. It is how much you put in that you shows how much you get out. Now, you nutrition is not something that's perform magic. It's perform one that's not magic. So because it is God's food, so it has to go through to the principles, and it doesn't work on the first surface. It's work through from the root, then it now comes to the surface. I make an example about I remember, okay, somebody's already typing example about that building, about people that built. Okay, yes, that's a good example. I made that example that day about people that built. If you're making a building now, you won't actually see the beauty of the building. You start from the foundation, you start putting the block, you cement it, you do all that. People won't actually see the beauty until you're done, then they'll see the beauty. Now your earth is like that, which is the thing you put in on a daily basis regularly. People won't see. In time when it now comes to, oh, there is an health issue somewhere, that is when, oh, that building is, it's actually done. That's when you are done. This is the result of the building. That's actually how our health. So every time you're eating, or you have an opportunity to eat or to drink or to snack on something, always have a goal for your food. Because if you don't have a goal for what you eat, the things you eat will have a goal for your body. If you don't put in the right measure, if you don't tell whatever you want to eat, or this thing I'm eating, is particularly maybe for my eyes, for my eye health, I mean for my skin, for my liver health, for my kidney health, for my general health, or just for my energy. If you don't have a goal for what you take will have a goal for your body. Now, it's become an issue when they are the one defining the goal for you. But when you are the one defining the goal for what you eat, you will eat it you will take in the right measures, when you're actually eating what you're actually eating. So that's something I need you to also, that's an example I am making. Please, if you're joining, please click the like button, and make sure you share the video with somebody. Let somebody also see this video. Share the video. Please drop a comment. Your like is very, very important so that YouTube keep taking it to more people. We have over 1,420 something here. Thank you everybody that is joining. Please, your like is important. Please, give the video a thumbs up as you watch, as you go, okay, and drop a comment. Thank you so much. Okay, now okay, I've talked about how this food will help you to shrink fibroid. I don't know if I've talked about it. I just want to quickly go over it before I mention the fruits that you need to take. Okay, so for your liver detox, cabbage, ugu, bitter leaf, this one will remove excess estrogen for you, including your flaxseed. Don't ever joke with flaxseed. Don't joke with flaxseed. Your flaxseed, all your seed, flaxseed, chia seed, sesame seed, pumpkin seed, sunflower seed. Don't joke with this seed because they are important part of your hormones. they are important part of your mind. And when God is making food, he doesn't make a mistake. He didn't make a mistake. He's always perfect because he knows that at some point in our life, because he has seen the future, at some point in our life there'll be something called fibroid, there'll be something called this particular health condition. So he made everything available just so that there is a solution for anything. And that's one thing that is amazing about God principles of nutrition. So, and then number two is to reduce inflammation, your scent leaf, your water leaf, your beetroot. Oluwa, what's wrong? Okay, let me. Sorry, the network went off. Network went off. Network. Okay, so for blood circulation, carrots, beetroot, bell peppers, this one they improve your uterine health. So all this food is very important. When you're adding them, on a regular basis or most of the time, 80% of the time into your diet, you don't know what God is doing for you. You will even be saying, God, you have not done so well. But you will know that there is a lot of impact that this thing is actually making on your health. Okay. So for your antioxidants on the fiber, fiber aspect of the food, garden egg, your zobo, your cucumber, all this food, they are very important because they protect yourself from actual damage. All right. So what are the fruits that are high in fiber and antioxidant that you can actually add to help you shrink this fibroids, make the fiber to stop growing? Okay, make the fiber to stop growing. Please, if you're joining in, please click the like button, drop a comment. Thank you so much. So what are the fruits that is high in fiber and antioxidant that you can actually add to your routine? Okay, we have apple, but make sure you're eating it with the skin. Okay, the pear, berries in their different categories: strawberries, raspberry, blueberry, blackberries, and the rest. If you can afford them, please get them. But at most, strawberry is even in circulation now, so you can get it. And I even saw a post with someone, as in from someone on Instagram, on getting carton of strawberry year round. So you can even get stuff like that and put them in your freezer, so you can always pop and blend it to take it, just to get good quality of fiber rich food of fruits that is also high in vitamin C, so that it can reduce the growth of the fibroids. Oranges, bananas, grapefruit, zobo, or you can also use pomegranate if you can afford that, avocados, kiwi, fig, and prawns. Those are the fruits that are high in fiber and antioxidant that you can actually add to your daily routine, to your food routine. Okay, so if you are now in a local place and I can't get all this type of fruits, so which alternative? Apple, at most you can get apple. It's usually available. And local pear, if you can't get normal avocado, you can get local pear. This one is even rich in fiber and healthy fat as well, so you can get it. Please, when you're joining, please and please share the video with somebody. Okay, bananas, they contains potassium and they are very hormonal balancing. You can also do plantain, mostly unripe, especially if you're trying to reduce the fibroids, because it's high in resistant starch and improves your gut health, so that it helps and supports the taking out of the excess estrogen from your body. So it is very important that you take note of that. Tiger nut too is something you can always get mostly in every part of Nigeria, at least no matter where you are, to an extent you can get. So if you can't get this other one, you can get. So I have alternative for you. Okay, so you can always go with all this food. So what are antioxidant rich foods that will protect your cells and reduce inflammation? Can go with orange because it's high in vitamin C, and support estrogen metabolism. So orange, don't joke with it, and when you're taking it, eat it. Don't just squeeze it and throw it away. Eat it with the fiber. Okay, eat it with the fiber. It's very important. Your tangerine, you can even use that one as an alternative to orange if you can't find orange. Lemons, it's helping detoxifying and balancing of your hormones. So at least a cup of lemon water in the morning is very important for you. These things will just keep shrinking down the fibroids, making it insignificant, and you just be enjoying your health. All right, so zobo leaves as well, zobo tea, when I say zobo tea, I'm not saying those zobo you take and go add all those additives to it. Cook the zobo with just maybe pineapple peels and cloves. One thing about cloves is that cloves helps in high level of balancing hormones, especially estrogen hormone. So if you see people that are trying to conceive, nutrition wise, they say, okay, add clove to your diet, add clove to your teas, because it is a very important nutrient when it comes to fertility. So when you want to make your zobo because you want to balance your hormone, because you want to reduce fibroids, please, no addictive, nothing. Just your zobo leaves with your pineapple, with your ginger, and if God help you, add turmeric, add your turmeric, add black pepper to it, and add what's it called, your clove, okay, to it, and you're good to go. So just take it like that. It even tastes better when you take like that. I said something the other day. Somebody said, is that not agbo? That's not agbo, that is medicine. Okay, that's medicine. So instead of just taking it the regular way and adding sugar and every other thing to it, you're actually taking it in a way that actually impacting your health positively. Okay, so now pineapple is also something you want to add, because it's rich in bromelain, and it help reduces inflammation in your body as well. So pawpaw, is something fruit you also need to take regularly, because it helps with your digestion and estrogen balancing. And mango, also rich in beta carotene for hormonal balance as well. Avocado is also something you need to add because of your to support hormonal balance and to help to fight fibroids. It's loaded with healthy fat that helps regulate your hormone as well. Cucumber, what's it called? Coconut is something you really want to, because provide MCTs for your hormone support. You really don't want to joke with this coconut. These foods are amazing, okay? They are amazing, and you really need to, to look into them and see that all these food I listed, they help remove excess estrogen, they reduce fibroid related swelling, so they decrease the fibroid on its own. And there's this fruit too, iodine fruit too, you need to add it to your tea. All they reduce fibroid related swelling, they support progesterone and estrogen balancing for you, and enhance your liver detox to clear out harmful estrogens from your system. So if you can include all this food I've mentioned, you would notice that the fiber will keep shrinking. Now, what are the whole grains food that you can add into your diet? Whole grain food, whole grain seed, and food, you can add into your routine. Thank you everyone that is joining to help you balance the estrogen, and they are also rich in fiber. Quinoa, brown rice or fada rice, you can call it brown rice, you can call it fada rice. Barley is actually very nice. Barley is very nice. Oats, is something you need to look into as well. Millets, jero, and all those in that category is also something you need to look into. Flaxseed I said this just some minutes ago. It's a very, very important very important nutrient when it comes to balancing of your estrogen, because flaxseed is rich in lignans that balance estrogen. It's actually glued to the excess estrogen and go out through the gut, and it just flush out. You won't even know when those activities is carrying on. But 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon of flaxseed in a day, it's okay to help you carry out that activity. Okay, chia seed, pumpkin seed, sunflower seed, sesame seed, these are very, very important to add for estrogen balancing and shrinking of the fibroids. Okay, these are very important. Okay, so if you're in a local place, I can't still get flaxseed, but this is very important too. If you're in a local place and you can connect to me right now, and you're connecting to me, that means you can access something. So flaxseed, all this seed is very important, so there's no excuse. But you can still get all this guinea corn, or this okababa. It's high in antioxidant and fiber, which also help with digestion. This millet, this one also supports hormonal balance and reduce inflammation. Fauni, which is acha, most people call it acha, most people call it fauni, depending on how you call it. It's a gluten-free grain that is rich in nutrient that helps with us the excess estrogen as well. You can see all these food work intertwined with each other. So if you can just follow the different ones, you will see that the fiber will keep shedding, just like the other guy that typed and said is eating not spiritual. Now, from the things I've been listening, I've been saying, you can see that if you actually start following your health the way you should, you will notice that everything will start balanced. So even though it is spiritual, you know, when you call on God, you have done your own part. At least you have done your own part, you have lived the rest for God. Okay, but we will not experience anything spiritual with fibroid in Jesus' name. Amen. So we have brown rice, which is of other rice, like I said before. So it's something you can always get no matter where you are in this Nigeria. At least on ripe plantain flour, you can always get it. You know, whole wheat, if your body can tolerate to, you can also get it. But I would prefer you go with oats, or all these guinea corn or millet instead of whole wheat, because these ones, they are even better than this refined wheat, because most wheat you get is usually refined. Okay, and wheat even has to be consumed in really little or very little more quantity, so it's best to just leave it out. Okay, so that's something. So for estrogen balancing seed and how it actually helps to detox your hormones and reduce inflammation, your flax seed, when you take your flax seed, 1 teaspoon a day, grounded. Make sure it is grounded before you're taking it. Make sure it is grounded. Thank you everyone that is joining. Make sure it is grounded. Okay, so by flax seed actually binds to excess estrogen and remove it from your body. Pumpkin seed, you can even use egusi in place, but when you're taking the egusi, make sure the oil you're using is very little, because egusi is actually very high in fat that can settle down in the organ part of the body. So but if you can take you can take it and use very very minimal little oil. It is loaded in zinc and omega-3 that is very good for hormonal balancing as well. Tiger nuts is a great prebiotic that supports your gut and hormonal health. I did a very, very short video, I think, during the week about prebiotic and probiotic food, and I like the responses about it, So that's something you want to look into. So sesame seed, it is high in lignans as well as the flaxseed. They help to regulate estrogen levels in your body. Chia seed the same way, it is anti-inflammatory and also contain omega-3 fatty acid. Granules, is something you also want to look into, but in a minimal, in a moderation quantity, so you don't overdo it, because it's high in fat. And even though it supports your hormonal balancing, if you take too much of it, can be a problem. Okay, so regulation, moderation is very important. So how this food can help to shrink these fibroids? Number one, when you take this food that is whole grain, that is high in fat, high in fiber, they remove excess estrogen from the body, like the millet, the farni, the guinea corn, the brown rice and all. They remove this excess estrogen from your body. And the reason why I mention excess estrogen so that you can hear is because estrogen, like I mentioned before, is like I mentioned earlier, is the driver that is in charge of fibroids. So if estrogen is not balanced, the fibroids will keep growing, and it's an issue. And it become an issue when you're not even taking note of these things. That's the worst one. Somebody said, I think which day I was live on TikTok, and the person said she has done surgery for fibroids like twice. And one of the bad news about this is immediately you are signed up for surgery on fibroids, you keep doing the surgery. So the best thing to go for is actually with nutrition. Yes, and most doctors won't actually say, this person say, doctor, why are they not talking about nutrition when it comes to fibroids? Well, I wouldn't know, but the truth is that your nutrition have a lot of impact on your health, including the fibroids, on your health. On your health. They don't talk about it, it's their own. I really don't know why, but your health is very important, and I know that's why you're here, right? Okay, so now for your gut health and the support, like this one that feed your good bacteria, improve digestion, the oral plantain, the tiger nut, and those food I mentioned before. So you really need to look into this food just so that you can balance your, because when you can balance your mood properly, reduce inflammation in your body, at least it's little you can do about your gene, right? So, but no matter how much, no matter how it is, even if something is in your gene, like, oh, this in my family, oh, we used to have it, and you, to an extent, you can control your diet together with prayer, you will see that you are off it. You are off it. So God is going to help every one of it. I pray in the name of Jesus that light is shining on somebody else right now in the name of Jesus. And the person is receiving health, receiving light. According to the God's principle, as much as you start following, God will start shining light over your health in the name of Jesus. Amen. So what are the plant-based protein you can actually start adding as much as you're adding the fiber to it? Lentils, chickpeas, beans, kidney beans, green beans, these are stuffs you can actually look into when it comes to your protein, addition in your food, and that's excluding the fish and the poultry, all right? Okay. So, and for nuts that contains healthy fats and fiber as well, almond nut, walnut, pecan, and Brazil nut. And Brazil nut, Brazil nut contains a compound called selenium, which is very good also in our own, because that selenium is like because it works with thyroid, and thyroid is like the one in charge of the regulation of our metabolism, and the way our body responds to the hormones and all that in our body. So if you can actually include this particular nut, one a day, one a day, because one piece of Brazil nut is about 7 grams. So one a day is enough, and no matter how much you do, 1 to 2 is enough for the day, not more, because when you take too much or more than 2, your body starts being to a lot of it. You won't feel comfortable because it's regulating eye, just as though somebody an engine that is working too much or too fast because of a malfunction. So that's how it should be. So just 1 piece a day, or highest 2 piece a day, and that's for those that already have thyroid problem. 2 piece a day. But if you don't have thyroid issue, 1 piece a day is enough. Okay, 1 piece a day is enough. Okay, that's something you should also add to your routine. Thank you everyone that is joining. Okay, so let me try and look for I'm looking through how to reduce this, because the details is a bit much. I'm looking for how to reduce this. I should not reduce. It's because of the time. I'm seeing that I've already for 7 minutes. Okay, I'm so grateful for everyone that is staying tuned. I'm grateful for everyone that is staying tuned. Okay, to the section. Okay, so let me pick up on. I've not talked on what. I've talked on fruit, so if you missed that in your notes, that means you have to do, maybe you just go back a bit and catch up with us. Okay, so I did talk about the protein. That's what I was talking about now. Okay, then another set of food you should eat that can help you to actually, shrink the fibroids and reduce it to a significant level. I did mention this, okay, this cruciferous vegetable. Then it is omega-3 fatty acid. Now, omega-3 fatty acid helps to fight inflammation in your body. It helps to fight inflammation. So why the fiber and all that, the fat and all that, help you to, remove the excess estrogen. Omega-3 fatty acid help you to fight inflammation in your body and support hormonal balance as well. Okay, and aside from supporting hormonal balance, also help to shrink the fibroid by lowering the estrogen dominance and supporting cellular healing in your body. So if you're someone looking at, or you already have fibroids and you want to shrink it, don't joke with omega-3 fatty acid, and you can also get omega-3 fatty acid aside from the fish I'm going to be mentioning. You can still get them from the plant basic feed. If you're taking notes, I've mentioned about the plant source of omega-3 fatty acid. Somebody took note already. I mentioned this also in flaxseed and chia seed and all that before, but I'm still going to refrain on that because I'm talking freshly on omega-3 fatty acid right now. Omega-3 fatty acid help to fight inflammation and support your hormonal health. Thank you. Help to support your hormonal health. And animal-based omega-3 fatty acid, you can use salmon, but salmon we can also do Titus fish, mackerel, sardines, cod liver oil. You can get that as much for omega-3 fatty acid, animal-based omega-3 fatty acid. Then when it comes to plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, flaxseed, make sure, somebody already type it, make sure it's grounded. I've said this that you have known already. Make sure it is grounded omega-3 fatty acid, flaxseed, because your body will absorb better, will absorb the omega-3 fatty acid better when the flaxseed is grounded than when it is not grounded. Okay, your chia seed, walnuts, hemp seed, okay, you get quality omega-3 fatty acid from it. Then alga oil, you also get quality plant-based omega-3 fatty acid from it. Yes, that one you can get from any good pharmacy around you. They mostly will have, just like they will have cod liver oil as well. That, okay, algal, alga oil, so you can get it from them. Okay, yeah. So omega-3 fatty acid, what it will do when it's helping you to shrink fibroid is that to lower your fibroid related pain and swelling, so there will not be pain, there will not be swelling, so it will be reducing. Then it will balance your hormone by regulating the estrogen and progesterone in your body. It will help you improve your blood flow by supporting uterine health and preventing fibroid growth further. Okay, so you can see the things you eat has a lot of impact on your health. You can't afford to eat just about anyhow. Then they also help you to support liver health, liver detoxification, by eliminating excess estrogen from your system. Okay, so this is something you really need to look into. So if you are another source of omega-3 fatty acid for those in Nigeria, crayfish, tilapia fish, catfish. But catfish has to be the one that is not farm raised, to maybe possibly maybe something that you're the one raising it. But I would even advise you, even don't do catfish, just do tilapia fish. Okay, because aside from the fact that it helps to reduce inflammation in your body, if you go and get those agric ones, it contains too much of oils and can even have a negative impact on your heart health too as well. So it is best to do with crayfish, tilapia fish, Titus fish, sardines, you can get that from geisha, or fresh sardines is even better. Egusi, walnut, tiger nut, avocado, coconut provide medium chain fat. I mentioned it earlier and I said it provide MCFS. It means medium chain fat that aids in reducing of inflammation. So these things, even though when you see them and you just buy them and eat, you don't know what they are doing, but at least when you know what they are doing, you can understand better and eat them better. Okay, groundnut also is good source of fat, but it should be consumed in moderation. Okay, so this is something you need to look into. So I mentioned now on omega-3 fatty acid rich food that that fights inflammation and support hormonal health. Thank you so much, everyone that is staying tuned. Thank you so much, everyone that is staying tuned. We see have 1,006 something here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So what are the antioxidant rich fruits that can help to protect your cell and fight fibroid as well? Berries, I mentioned it before. The antioxidant help, they neutralize the free radicals in your body, reduce oxidative stress, and support uterine cells from damage, which is very crucial for your fibroid, for fibroid prevention and shrinking. So if you're looking at every other food, make sure that no other, as much as I've mentioned, take note of each and every one of them, because they are all very, very important. They are all very, very important. Okay, so I mentioned the berries because they are high in vitamin C and polyphenols. I don't know if I need to mention it again. I mentioned the berries, the strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, goji berries. If you can't get goji berries fresh, you can get the dry ones. All right, I even sell dry ones. You can get the dry ones. You can get cranberries as well. Cranberry is something, it's another berries that is, at least no matter what, is mostly common. Then acai berries too is something you can get. At least I can confidently tell you, you can get cranberries, acai berries, goji berries, You can even get all the berries dry. I even sell myself all the berries dry ones. You can get them. Okay, but for fresh one, you can even get, if you can afford it and you are close to where you can get them. So you can get all fresh and be adding them to your diet. You can be adding it to your diet. Then vegetables, I've mentioned vegetables before. The vegetables, because they are rich in glutenol, and in the levels of kale, spinach, your cabbage, the carrots, the beetroot, the sweet potato. I've mentioned those before. They are mentioned the fruits that are high in vitamin C and flavonoids that is very good for shrinking of the fibers and stopping their growth. Oranges, lemon, zobo, papaya, which is pawpaw, grape seed, grape, the red, anyone, but make sure with their skin, the avocado. This is very important. Thank you everyone that is staying tuned. Hope you are learning something from this section. Hope you are learning from this section. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then what are the herbs that can as well help you to reduce these fibroids? They are powerful in antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. We have them in their numbers, like turmeric. Turmeric contains a particular compound called curcumin. It reduces, noise. Okay, sorry, it's my fan because of it. It reduces fibrous growth. But when you're taking turmeric, please always add pinch of black pepper to it, just so that it can at most help you to your body to absorb this particular compound curcumin that help to reduce fibroid growth. See, God is just so amazing on how He has put everything in place. As He has put everything in place. So when I see people just eat without considering what they actually eat, or just go to the market and buy just about anything, just to make food, I'm always one. It baffles me, and sometimes I wonder, and I'm like, what are you guys eating? What are you guys eating? I remember someone telling me recently, I was like, I don't have space in my fridge, in my freezer. I went, oh, that means you stock up a lot. And she said, no, she stock up a lot, but all the things I asked her to get, she doesn't even have any. And I was shocked. I'm like, what exactly do you now have? So in the buying of the things we'll buy, shopping of the things we're shopping in the market, wherever we're buying stuff, we're buying, please have it in mind that your health matters. So just don't buy with your health in mind. Buy with your health in mind, because look at it. Common turmeric is something that can also help to reduce, fibroid growth, and somebody will just bypass it and just pass, and we choose those addictive spices over turmeric because they feel turmeric doesn't taste nice in the food. So they go ahead to take just any spice because it's a sweet and make the food taste so good. And I need you guys to note something. When you get anything spice or something that makes your food taste so good, that means there is a lot of additives inside. You need to check your labels and be sure what exactly you got with your money. All right, so now turmeric, ginger, ginger helps reduce inflammation too, as in the highest level too. Cinnamon, it helps to stabilize blood sugar and hormonal balance. And when I say cinnamon, I mean Ceylon cinnamon. So when you're buying cinnamon, please put that in mind. Buy Ceylon cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon. Buy Ceylon cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon, because it is very, very important. Buy Ceylon cinnamon because it is very, very important. When I was sending message on the WhatsApp group, I don't know how many of you joining from the WhatsApp, and I say I can do this much for you guys. So anyone that didn't join, so I don't know what else I want to do for you, because you guys asked for this topic. Okay, so now another spice is also clove. It is rich in polyphenols that is very, very important. I mentioned clove before when I was mentioning about zobo. It is a very important spice. You, as a woman, you can't just take it off. Even as a man, there are some things I've not even finished saying. I was going to say before the guys here will say, what about them? So even for the men, there are so many things that clove is going to do in your health, and you'll be wondering, even you'll be wondering that, oh, this thing can actually do this much. I'm going to be dropping some in the comment section when we are done with this section, just so you know what exactly cloves can also do for you. So, and also green tea is rich in EGCG. This particular compounds help to shrink fibroids. So if you're someone that already have fibroids, or you've been told there's fibroids, or you have an history of fibroids in your family, make green tea your best friend. Or make green tea your best friend. You can take it as iced tea, hot tea, normal tea. Just make it something that at least 2 times a day or 3 times a day you take green tea. It's not too much. It's not too much. The reason that the more you take it, the more you shrink the fibroids. The more your health get better. So for green tea, it is not too much. So the only thing is that you can't take it just like every other water. So you can take it 3 times in a day, 2 times a day, and that will be good. Morning before breakfast, night before you go to bed, and that's good. And if you can do morning before your breakfast, then, or even with your breakfast, then with your lunch, and then with your dinner, that'll be very good. So, but green tea is an important part of your diet if you have fibroid, all right? Okay, so the food that I mentioned just now for the spices, they are important because they protect yourself from damage, which prevent the fiber from growing. They reduce inflammation for you because they prevent fibroid pain and swelling. They support liver detoxification because it also helps to clear out excess estrogen from your body, and improve blood circulation because it also prevents fibroid enlargement. So you can see they all work hand in hand, and there is none to be taken out, none to be taken out at all, none to be taken out at all. So not to be taken out at all. So just like an addition for the fruit that is rich in antioxidant that can help you, which that I've already mentioned, zobo. Somebody is asking me, I mentioned zobo. If you're just joining in, thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in. I've mentioned zobo. It is very rich in polyphenols that help regulate your hormones. Soursop too is something you need to look into. I didn't mention that before. It contains powerful antioxidant that fights fibroid growth as well. Watermelon too is good because it's hydrating and packed with antioxidant like lycopene. These are things that you just don't want to let go. You don't want to let the nutrients out. All right. Pawpaw contain beta carotene as well, which protect your cell and supports hormone. That also supports your hormone. Okay, so mango as well. Mango is also rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, and also supports estrogen detoxification as well. So if you're somebody that also have fibroid issues, and you have mangoes available around you, and thank God it's even the season of all these fruits, so please make do of them as much as you can. All right. Bananas also rich in potassium, which supports the cell health and help with your detox too, to an extent. Okay, so I mentioned orange as well. Okay, so the nuts that you can ask, at least no matter what you can get, if you're in any local part of Nigeria, you can get walnuts. It is high in omega-3 fatty acid and antioxidant. That's the local walnut. Yes, somebody is saying local walnut, you can get it. It also contains almost the same compound like the imported ones. Okay, tiger nuts too, because it contains polyphenols that reduce inflammation for you. Okay, and peanuts as well, and cashew nuts. Cashew nut is one nut that is essential in minerals that support hormonal health, but have to be eaten in quantity regulated because of the high calories. Okay, so I mentioned egusi, which is melon seed. I mentioned sesame seed. I mentioned this seed before, so I really don't want to go through it because I'm almost done. Okay, so I mentioned these things. So I think I've done that. I've done justice to it, but I want you to I want you to know that fiber doesn't have to actually control your life, but because when you start making small changes, you just need to start making small changes. Thank you everyone, the one people that are just joining now. Thank you for the people that are just joining now. Some seconds ago I said it was 1,001 something. Now it's 1,400 and something. Thank you so much for those that are joining now. Thank you for those that are joining now. So I'm going to, I'll soon round up this section. So the thing is, I want you to know that fibroid actually doesn't have to control your life. You need to be in charge. Your stomach cannot be in charge of you. You need to be in charge of your stomach. You can't let your stomach be the one dictating what you buy, what you eat, what. So immediately your stomach start controlling what enters into your mouth, there will be an automatic problem. You must be the one to tell you, hey, stomach, I'm the one in charge here. God has put me in charge here. Okay, so I'll tell you what goes in. I'll tell you, what I choose to buy and put into my mouth, because my health actually starts from my mouth. So always remember this: your health starts from your mouth. Your health to what starts from your mouth. So if you can't control your mouth, you actually cannot control your health. You actually cannot control your health. Okay, so because actually your health is in your hands, and you actually have to find a way, to manage about you actually what you're actually eating and what comes into your mouth. Okay, if you watch to this level, hey, this is a lot, this is a lot, this is a lot, this is a lot. I'm going to I'll do something. I'm going to give out free 3 days fibroid food, free 3 days meal plan for everyone. If you're interested, just drop in the comment section, I'm interested, or send me a DM, I'm interested. So I'm going to send you straight to your email. Okay, so if you're interested, you let me know. There's a lot of people. For those that are just joining and don't know me, or you're just meeting me for the first time, my name is Mary Maz. I'm a nutrition expert, and my job is to simplify nutrition for you in the simplest form possible, just like A, B, C, and D, but in the principles of God, true with God's principle, just so that you can enjoy your health, because nutrition is God gift to us, and we actually must start following that principle, so that we can actually enjoy our health. So it is not about the big change, it's about the little change. It start from your snacking, what you snack on. I've listed a lot of things here during this section of this video. I don't think I want to go back. The things you snack on, the things you eat, the things you drink, the way you do your daily activities have an impact on what actually happens to your health. So, and I want to believe that you as one person that I know will not let your health down by just leaving your health to chances. Okay, you won't let your health down by just leaving your health to chances. Questions I want to answer and see. Questions I can answer. Okay. Question I can answer. Okay. I've already talked about food. Please, if you're just coming in, you might want to just look through, listen through to the video again, and see what the food I've mentioned. And actually, it's because of the food most people are here, the nutrition aspect. Of course, that's what the video is about. That's why I took my time to, explain in details this food one after the other. And if you can incorporate this food, you see that your health will honestly be improving. Your health will honestly be improving. Okay. Okay, this other question, I think I've already answered this question before. I've answered this question before. Okay, so what is the quantity? Uh, what's the quantity of the food? You need to follow your portion. You need to follow your portion control. Portion control. For portion control. Portion control. Yeah, it's very, very important. Yeah, it can actually affect fertility. It actually can affect fertility. No, no, G1. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that fibroids are not cancerous. They are not cancerous. It's just that research have shown to us that no, they are not cancerous. They are growth that grow are in the uterus. So, and the research make us to understand that over 70% of people we actually have these fibroids, especially women, before they leave this earth. So the difference between the person that have fibroid that is obvious and the other person is just that the person is eating what is killing the fibroids and the other person is eating what is giving the fibroids life. So that's the difference. That's the difference. That's different. Yes, so yes, you need to you watch the video I post on TikTok. Yes, that video, hey, when I was making that video, I just posted the video. I just, that day I was doing something, I just thought, okay, now that red meat has a lot of impact on the fibroids and they make your fibroids to grow, blah blah blah. And people just start, responding and sending messages and things. I didn't know that video was going to go that far. Yes, red meat, red meat, I already explained how, red meat and conventional milk and dairy and all that have impact on how the fibroids grow. I've mentioned that at the beginning of the video. I really don't think I want to go through that again. I mentioned how the fact that the growth hormones injected in the cow, causes the estrogen level to spike up and everything. I mentioned that. So you might just want to, go through the videos, listen to it again, watch it again, and see to it that, okay, you are blessed during the section. All right. So that would be it for today. Any other question, please let me know. Stop I'm going to stop now. It's been a blessing, being a blessing to you guys today. Please, if you have not subscribed, please, I'm begging you, don't forget to leave the section without clicking that subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye for now. Thank you. Thank you, guys. This is 60 people here. Thank you.